From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. Tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. 43. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 15. Throwing now is Mahomes. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Second down and goal. Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the Bills at 4 and 8 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Going right side is White. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give running left, McAllister. They find some open field here. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Mahomes going to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And they're going to get this up to midfield. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's only able to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Got his man complete, Moore. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep.
20! And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing on first down is Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got this down to the 35. 50 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
This the old adage, partner, don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice game.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On play action, Allen. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here, because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Allen going to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And on 1st and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and dropped. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now the pressure gets to him again. George Karlaftis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And now off to the races down the right side. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
Harrison Butker, kickoff 48-6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
You think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout.
It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted.
Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Throwing now is Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular. If they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Out of the shotgun, Breida. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Mahomes. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Running right, here's McAllister. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Another run with McAllister. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Allen. And he fends him off. Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One final try here for Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Locates Hardman for another catch. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here. On first down, here's Breida. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Across the formation, Hardman gets a completion. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes out to his left. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 75 yards. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
43! Attack! Go, baby.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Mahomes to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And that one is incomplete. It stops the clock now with 15 seconds remaining.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Alert!
A handoff to McAllister. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Regular. Stop.
On play action, Allen. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one didn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for the Chiefs, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bills, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll get the extra week to think.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20 year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shut out 29. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a Renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing